Gosh, Lydia, you are such a jerk. I cannot.
That's all right. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. It sounds like you're really upset, Lydia, and I'm gonna stop you because the words you're saying are hurtful, and we agreed to be respectful. Okay. All right. So before we get started with today's group, is there anything that anybody would like to discuss?
I would.
Okay.
Last week, Desiree, I got angry with something that she did while I was speaking.
Okay. So it sounds like you're upset about something. Leslie, you look a little taken back by it, surprised. Before we get started and talk it out, we want to make sure that we have an agreement. Leslie, are you willing to talk through the issue? And Lydia, we also want to talk through the issue. Okay, go ahead and tell Leslie a specific example that happened.
Well, last week I was telling my story about my mom, and I felt like you weren't listening, and then I saw you roll your eyes, and so that just made me feel very disrespected and not listened to, I guess.
So how are you feeling? Feel let Leslie know how you felt.
I felt angry, and I also felt sad just because I wanted, I want my story to be respected.
Will you tell Lydia what you heard her say?
I heard that you said you felt very disrespected when you were talking about your mother, and I wasn't listening, and you felt angry.
Okay. How does that make you feel?
Surprised because I didn't mean for you to feel that way by what I was doing. I just what you were saying reminded me of my mom, so that's why I felt like I did that.
If you'll let Leslie know what you heard her say.
I heard you say that you weren't rolling your eyes at me, but you were rolling your eyes at your own frustrations with your mom, and that surprised you. That my feelings.
All right, so we are halfway through with our sessions, and just to see where we're at right now, I'm going to do a little activity. So I'm going to pass out a little rainbow, and if y'all will all get a marker, go. Yep. Alrighty, so we have great happy days, and those represent the sunny days in our lives. And then we have days where we don't deal with our frustration and anxiety as well as we'd like. So those are our cloudy, not so good days. What this rainbow represents is I want you guys to think of a time in which you felt anxious or upset and how you dealt with it. And this rainbow represents the fact that you will be able to pull through using some of the strategies and skills. So I want you to think of a time, write down an example, and then we'll go ahead and share. Okay, I'll go ahead and start. When I'm feeling really anxious, I just freak out right away. And so to help maintain my anxiety, we use some of the strategies or skills that we've used here. And what I usually do is I take a break. I stop whatever I've done and then continue with whatever was making me anxious. And that seems to help my anxiety, makes me get through it much better. So whomever would like to start.
Oh my god. Excuse me. I was very anxious yesterday when I was working on a very important research final paper for the semester, and I was getting very stressed out and very anxious. So what I did was I took a break, cleaned the house a little bit, and then probably 30 minutes later I went back and started working again, and that seemed to work.
Okay, so I was really stressed out recently about finals and studying. And so what I did was I took a break as well and I went for a run and then I came back and I was more focused and my anxiety was definitely lessened.
I got stressed at work on a project that I was working on, and so instead of freaking out like I wanted to, I made sure to take my break then, and I calmed myself down by calling my mom and talking it through with her.
So some commonalities I'm hearing from everyone is that when we feel really anxious, we take that break to deal with our anxiety. Okay, whom did you connect with?
I connected with Niquisha because school also makes her very anxious, and what she did was took a break, same thing as I did.
So you connect with Niquisha that you are anxious about school and you also take a break. Niquisha, will you tell Lydia what it felt like to be connected?
Yes, it felt great to be connected because it's nice to know that I'm not the only one who kind of needs to take that breather. So it's nice to know that you do that as well.
Oh, great.
I knew